Alright, but how's it going? Welcome back to another video on my channel. It's been about a month since I uploaded. I do apologize for that. I did have a video I was editing for about 2 weeks straight, and I lost all the save states on my video editor for it, so that video has lost the time. So I thought I'd just come back and do another video on Diablo 4. Luckily, the new season, the filler season, as people are calling it, has dropped, season 12. And I have very mixed opinions on this season. So, the Doom The Dark Ages collab is out. I'm a big fan of it. I just like Doom as a game in general, so that's quite nice. Obviously, we got the skins. Luckily, they're not in the shop for me because I've already bought them. But I can preview one of them here for the... I believe I can preview one for the Sorceress, if I can find it. Unless they... It might not have came with one for the Sorcerer. Never mind. But... yeah, so they have the Doom collaboration, which is quite nice. It's kind of fitting, obviously. I think Doom was like the most requested IP collab that we have. Obviously we've had a few, like the I think it was either the Warcraft or the Starcraft like anniversary bundles or something like that with the pretty cool skins. We had Berserk, the anime collab, which was a bit weird, but I don't mind that. I like my anime, so it makes sense. But it doesn't really fit in with the current season. So the idea of this season is bloodied items, and the Butcher is actually now a lair boss. Whether that's seasonal or permanent, I'm not sure. But the whole idea centers around bloodied items. So as you can see, this All Surveying that I've got, it's not the best. It's got a decent GA on it. It's got a decent percentage roll. But the Feast part there, the 30 kills, chain hook 3 nearby enemies, could work for my build. I don't know if it will, but what the idea of it is basically for each, like, there's a kill streak system in this game now. So as you can see on the rampage part, I get 10% movement speed per level of kill streak tier that I earn. It's pretty nice, but at the same time I don't really need it. I don't really understand, like, maybe I'm just not looking at them too much. I mean, this one's not bad. Every 15 kills, restore 20% of primary resource. That is quite nice, so I will take that. But the actual items themselves, I'm a bit iffy on. The sigils, on the other hand, are where people are really testing their skills in this game. So there was a big issue since I don't even know when at this point. It was so far back in like D4 season time now that builds were just becoming too strong. Like, you could walk into a dungeon with the Paladin and press one button and the entire map is gone. I remember even in PvP zones, I would walk in with my, I think it was my Wingstrike Paladin last season, and guys were just walking on their horses towards like where I am on the map, and they just melted. Like, I didn't even engage with them in combat. Like, there was no combat. So Blizzard decided to make these like pseudo dungeons to make them like higher tier than the actual game itself. So these are technically tier 5, Torment 5 bosses, the Bloodstained things. Anything Bloodstained here is meant to be Torment 5, kind of. It's in preparation for the expansion when we get up to, I think it's 8 different Torment tiers after 4. So maybe that's, if we get to Torment 12, that'd be crazy. But I don't know, like, it's a nice idea, but I think obviously it's meant to be a season that just fills out until the expansion comes out, and players are probably just spending time elsewhere doing other things. But I'm a diehard Diablo 4 fan. I have been since the game came out. It's just a really good itch for me. I love my ARPG fix. I mean, I know this is probably the most casual game in the genre for ARPGs, but this just works for me. Like, I can come home from work one day, do a few runs of pits, do a few boss runs, hope for some like mythics and grey affixed ancestral items, and it's just a nice peaceful tone to it. I remember last season, obviously I played the Paladin after I pre-ordered the expansion. I started off last season with this exact same Sorcerer build, and this season I'm going to finish it with this exact same Sorcerer build. So that's fun. Obviously we're waiting for the expansion, so I'm just playing around and just seeing what happens. But the one problem I have with this game so far, and I don't know if it's just like this season or just in general, but I'm finding it really hard to get Obgisite. Now, Obgisite is probably the only, well, I say the only way, probably the best way you're going to progress in this game, because you need to masterwork your gear, then masterworking your gear you can temper and get specific items, and I just pulled the wrong chest plate from the mythic crate, but that's fine. Yeah, so Obgisite is the key object material that you need from this, but the drop rates on it right now are ridiculous. So the only way you can get like a decent amount of Obgisite is from the dungeon sigils with the heraldic strong rooms on them. I do believe I actually have one somewhere, so if I can find them, that'd be great. Or maybe they're on my old character. No, here they are. Yep, so the heraldic strong room will give you about, I want to say it's like 600, maybe 700 Obgisite, which is enough to get one item, I believe, to 25 quality before you do the extra roll for the boosted stat. But other than that, like Infernal Hordes, no point doing those, especially like even the new bloodied ones. There is no point. I don't think that even works. The Tribute of Refinement Undercity runs as well, same issue there. I don't think they're worth it. Maybe I'm just being like naive in terms of how much the strong rooms give you, but I generally don't think for the life of me I've managed to obtain that high of a number. But Blizzard need to sort it out for me personally. I think it's not viable enough, because you can't effectively farm Obgisite as of right now. I mean, like the only way to farm it properly is obviously to keep going for either the treasure breach sigils or the heraldic strong room ones, but crafting those and finding those in the Helltide or wherever you want to find them is a massive ball ache. Like, I don't know if it's just me personally. Obviously, last season they introduced some more powerful dungeon sigils to make that mega dungeons worth farming. For example, the mythic prankster sigil last season was busted, obviously because of the sanctify mechanic, which I believe should have stayed in the game. It gave you more of a reason to actually farm items and actually farm Obgisite to masterwork items, like just in case you got lucky. Obviously you have to masterwork and temper your gear first, then if you got the right certification, your item was like best in slot god tier. I remember I got a 4-star stealth shroud chestplate. I think it's like Shroud of False Destiny it's called in this game, but obviously it's stealth from Diablo 2. And then I sanctified it and it gave me the, I think it was like extra fortified generation on my barbarian, and for barbarians, fortify is like the key to all builds. You know, it's what you want. So I think I missed out there when it came to that. Like, they really should have added that in the future. I hope it comes back in the expansion. Maybe they're just holding it off till then. But it actually gave players more of an incentive to actually target farm like uniques and mythics and like great graphics items. Obviously now tempering has changed, so you can actually get a roll for your temper to be a great affix as well, and then you can boost that even more, which I think is a really neat change, because it doesn't confine you into one spot like how tempering used to be, where you had to pray to the gods you got a good roll, otherwise you were absolutely fucked. Like out of like 4 different options, like you have to pick, you couldn't pick the one you wanted back then. You have to actually hope when you got it, which for me is stupid. I don't know how people actually managed to play the game like that. I mean, I did the same. I remember I had so many items brick on me because of it. Like even like, I remember there was a really cool new necro minion build I wanted to play, but I could not get the right tempo on it at all. The whole season. I don't know what happened with it. I tempered so many items, I masterworked so much gear, and the RNG just wasn't with me. So it's a welcome change, but I feel like the sanctify mechanic from last season is a lot better than this season's mechanic of like, oh, you can transform into the butcher. Nice. Like, it's really slow for one. It doesn't really offer much. You can only do it in Helltide as far as I'm aware, or in the slaughterhouses. Like, it's kind of a missed opportunity. Like, yeah, it's cool for nostalgic old fans. I mean, I didn't even know who the Butcher was until I played Diablo. I don't think he was in Diablo 3, but he was like a reference in one of the games. I don't remember, but it was just it was crazy to me. I don't know. It's one of those things, you know. You have to just look at it with a pinch of salt. But I hope when the expansion comes out, or at least when the patches come out in a few days, they find a way to change or at least make more reliable options to farm Obdusite, because I think that's the big problem with players right now. We are struggling to find Obdusite, or at least target farm it as much as possible. And yeah, I don't even know what to say. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I was texting my girlfriend, but at the same time, like, I'm doing this live com, so I don't really know what I'm doing. But I'm excited for the expansion. Obviously, we're going to get to play as the Warlock class, which, from what I've seen, and obviously I played a little bit of it in D2R, it's really fun. So I'm looking forward to it. I really am. But yeah.